I think it's very important. One of the fundamental problems with crypto is there's no market makers. There's not complete and total liquidity of the market. So there's arbitrage opportunities. It's one of the reasons a lot of these clients are going to be making so much money. So you're going to see a lot of trading between exchanges, and it's very important to capture those values because that is fundamentally why these clients are in many cases trading between those exchanges.
Interesting.
So in doing so, what most of the situations are is that you have a trade and you either have one of two or three different areas for pricing. You either have the pricing that it was leaving the initial exchange at, of course. You have the pricing that it was being received at, or the recipient exchange, let's call it. And then also you have what's really a global basket of prices, which is what's usually quoted on some of the, what we, I guess, would call like the ticker type sites for crypto, which is usually a basket of exchanges representing what they believe to be a weighted value, which
it's kind of a record, so to speak, if you wanted to use the kind of a mainstream.
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of the biggest problems is if a client puts their data into 3 different softwares, even if the input data is 100% correct, because of the variances between the basket of exchanges and the lack of agreement on fixed pricing, it's not like buying a mutual fund. It's not even like buying a share of stock. There could be very significant arbitrageable differences between the exchanges. So picking even software versus software, depending on what basket of currencies or basket of exchanges they're using to go ahead and peg values, can be interesting in and of itself.
Yeah, and with that type of client, of that hyper intelligent client who's doing some arbitrage, some more sophisticated stuff, if you weren't being sophisticated yourself in how you were doing that would be kind of a turnoff, because that's how that's kind of a big part of their investment a lot of times.
Very true, yeah. Understanding the operations of what's happening right now in the market is just as important in many ways as understanding the technical aspects.